The boy just went to the hardware store, but he never expected to catch the eye of a seductive wealthy woman. The alluring widow started making subtle advances. The boy sensed her intentions, but still turned her down without mercy. But when Ethan saw her graceful figure walk away, he felt like he had missed out on something extraordinary. Just as Ethan stepped out of the supermarket, the widow drove up and stopped him again, inviting him to her place for a cold drink. The young and energetic Ethan found it hard to resist, especially with the intense way she looked at him. So he spent the whole afternoon fixing her kitchen and living room. What he didn't know was that everything had been part of her trap. This woman would eventually be the death of him. Ethan was a graduate of a prestigious university. After a long day of hard work, he returned home only to be questioned by his mother about where he had been. Of course, Ethan didn't tell her the truth and brushed her off with a random excuse. But by nightfall, his mother started to sense something was wrong. She noticed that Ethan had been dressing up before going out and getting picked up by a woman in a luxury car. The woman's name was Veronica, a wealthy, well-known figure in town. She had found out that Ethan had developed a software program during college to gain complete control over him. She promised she could help him find investors. Hearing this made Ethan overjoyed. He and Veronica often spent time together in her hilltop villa working on the software. Although she was older than Ethan by several years, her methods were captivating, constantly making Ethan fall under her spell. Everything was going smoothly until his mother stepped in. She had found flirtatious messages between Veronica and Ethan on his phone, which raised serious suspicions. She feared Veronica had ulterior motives and forbade Ethan from going out. But this only fueled Veronice's obsession. Unable to bear not seeing him, she boldly showed up at Ethan's home late at night. Ethan's mother was shocked at Veronice's audacity, but politely invited her in for dinner. Veronica, charming as ever, managed to convince her. Ethan, still believing in her, left with her that night. At the villa, Veronica pulled out all the stops in the massive swimming pool. She became even more uninhibited to keep Ethan from leaving. She even handcuffed him to the pool ladder. The next morning, the two woke up together, but Ethan's mother had arrived at the villa. She came to take her son home and got into a fierce argument with Veronica. Clearly, Veronica had no intention of letting Ethan go. Meanwhile, in the bedroom, Ethan was clueless, casually browsing through her wardrobe until he found something hidden beneath the clothes. The boy had fallen in love with a rich woman older than his own mother, but his mother tried everything to break them apart, sensing Veronice's dangerous intentions. Ethan, however, dismissed her warnings, thinking she was slandering Veronica. Wanting to achieve wealth quickly, he fell deeper into Veronice's trap. To make Ethan change his mind, his mother went all out. She introduced him to several blind dates, hoping to distract him. Finally, one beautiful girl caught Ethan's attention. During their conversation, his mother learned that the girl was a high school classmate of Ethan's, which delighted her. With Ethan's excellent flirting skills, the two quickly entered a romantic relationship. Veronica was completely forgotten until she started spying on every one of their dates. Enraged by their affection, she followed them. After they parted ways one day, Veronica ambushed the girl, threatening her with a knife to stay away from Ethan. She even slashed the girl's face. Her plan worked. The next day, Ethan sent the girl several messages, but she didn't reply. He was distraught, unable to understand why things had changed overnight. When he told his mother, she immediately suspected Veronica was behind it. Furious, Ethan went upstairs to confront Veronica, only to receive a video call from her first. Before he could say anything, Veronica announced she had found an investor interested in his program. This was a trap. The screen then went black. When Ethan woke up, he was tied to a chair in Veronice's basement. She sat calmly beside him, even trying to persuade him to come back to her, saying she was better than that other girl in every way. But Ethan had grown to despise her. Her words had no effect. Veronica had gone completely mad. If she couldn't have Ethan, no one could. Meanwhile, Ethan's mother waited all night, but he never returned. No one could reach him. She asked all his friends, but none had seen him. She was sure something terrible had happened and immediately suspected Veronica. Gathering her courage, she rang Veronice's doorbell. To her shock, Veronica openly admitted, "Yes, I kidnapped your son." Ethan's mother stood frozen, heart pounding in her chest. Upon entering the sauna, the mother was horrified to find her son, Ethan, bound and injured. Veronica, standing nearby with a gun, forced the mother to put on handcuffs and locked her in the sauna with Ethan. She then presented a pistol with a single bullet, demanding that the mother choose between shooting her son or herself. Determined to protect her son, the mother devised a plan. She fired the gun into the floor and feigned collapse. When Veronica re-entered to check, the mother attacked her using the hot sauna stones wrapped in cloth. A fierce struggle ensued, during which the mother managed to push Veronice's face onto the scorching stones, causing her to pass out. Seizing the moment, the mother helped Ethan out of the sauna to cool down by the poolside. However, Veronica regained consciousness and, in a final act of aggression, charged at them with a weapon. At that critical moment, David, a family friend, arrived and intervened, ultimately leading to Veronice's demise. In the aftermath, Ethan, his mother, and friends embarked on a journey to his college, symbolizing a new beginning and leaving the traumatic events behind.